You may think that what's on your plate is nourishing you, but what if it's silently poisoning you instead? Hello, I'm Barbara O'Neill. Today I want to reveal a truth that's rarely talked about: the meats we eat every day, the ones labelled lean, natural or healthy, may be quietly destroying your health. Behind their golden crust and supermarket promises lie hidden dangers: toxins that burden your liver, residues that hijack your hormones, and compounds that have been directly linked to cancer. Before we begin, let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and tell me honestly, are any of these meats a regular part of your diet? You might be surprised to discover just how many of us have been unknowingly consuming things that do more harm than good. Because in this video, I'll walk you through 7 types of meat that research has flagged as dangerous. Some of them you probably eat every week without a second thought. And more importantly, I'll show you what to choose instead to protect your body, your mind, and your future. Once you understand the risks, you'll never look at meat the same way again. What causes a chicken to be fully developed in 5 weeks? It's a little bit scary, isn't it? This explains our 6'2" sons coming out of 5'2" mothers and 5'8" fathers. Where did that come from? And about young girls developing very large breasts when there's none of that in the family. When I was a little girl, we had chicken once a year and we used to get it from the farm. When I was 15 years of age, Kentucky Fried Chicken came to the nearest town. When Kentucky Fried Chicken came, that's really when Aussies started to eat chicken regularly. Chicken today, it's illegal to give them growth stimulants. So how they've got around that, there's a couple of ways. It can be in the pellets, the chicken pellets that they're eating. They have also been able to genetically modify the chicken so it produces more estrogen. Whatever way, they grow too big too quickly. And the human being that eats it is going to be getting some of that estrogen. If it's in the chicken, it's in the egg. Factory farmed chicken, a hidden hormonal hijacker. Chicken has earned the reputation of being the clean or safe meat. But what many don't realise is that most supermarket chicken comes from massive industrial farms where birds are packed into overcrowded sheds, living in artificial light, with no fresh air or natural movement. In these unnatural conditions, they're routinely given antibiotics, not just to treat illness, but to prevent disease caused by the unsanitary environment. And to speed up growth, many are exposed to synthetic growth promoters that can linger in their tissues, but it doesn't end there. These chickens are typically fed a diet heavy in genetically modified corn and soy, which drastically alters the fatty acid balance of their meat. Instead of nourishing omega-3s, factory-farmed chicken is loaded with pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, which tip the body toward chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and hormone disruption. A study published in the Journal of Poultry Science found that factory-farmed chicken contains significantly higher levels of oxidized cholesterol, a form that's been linked to arterial plaque formation and increased cardiovascular risk. In contrast, pasture-raised chicken not only had healthier fat profiles, but also higher levels of nutrients like vitamin E, beta-carotene and selenium, all crucial for protecting your cells and supporting your immune system. And perhaps most concerning of all, the residues of feed additives and antibiotics in factory chicken may contribute to gut dysbiosis and the rise of antibiotic-resistant bacteria in humans. If you're going to eat chicken, make it organic and pasture-raised. Look for birds that had sunlight, soil underfoot and the freedom to roam, because a bird that lived well nourishes well. Factory farm pork, the most toxic of the lot. Pork is one of the most widely consumed meats across the world. But when pigs are raised in industrial farms, confined indoors with little space to move and exposed to their own waste, the meat they produce reflects that toxicity. To keep these animals alive in such harsh environments, producers routinely use antibiotics, beta agonists like ractopamine, and hormonal enhancers. These substances can remain in trace amounts in the final product and accumulate in human tissues over time. A report in Environmental Health Perspectives raised alarm bells when it found that pork from industrial farms often contained residues of ractopamine, a drug banned in over 160 countries, yet still used in the US. It's been linked to nervous system disturbances, rapid heart rate, and muscle tremors. What's more, pork is naturally high in arachidonic acid, a pro-inflammatory omega-6 fat. When consumed in excess, especially from low-quality sources, it can aggravate arthritis, skin conditions, and autoimmune responses. And because pigs share similar physiology to humans, they readily absorb and store environmental toxins, pesticides, and heavy metals, all of which we then ingest when we consume their meat. If you're eating pork, be cautious or consider eliminating it altogether. Your body's detox systems have enough to handle already. What about meat? It's against the law for Australian cattle farmers to give their cattle growth stimulants. But we had a cattle farmer's wife do our program, and she confirmed to me, she said, once a fortnight they knock on our door. Recently we had a young girl who worked in the meat industry, and she said, it used to be you stop the growth stimulants 5 months before market and it wasn't picked up in the blood test. She said today it's 5 days. Grain-fed conventional beef, inflammation on a plate. Cows were designed to graze, roaming pastures, chewing on grass and living in open fields. But in today's industrial meat system, that natural rhythm has been replaced. Cattle are taken off pasture and sent to feedlots, where they're confined and fattened rapidly on a diet of corn, soy and industrial byproducts, not for their health but for speed, size and profit. This unnatural grain-based diet changes the entire chemistry of the meat. Healthy omega-3 fats drop dramatically, while omega-6 fats, which promote inflammation in the body, surge. The meat also loses valuable nutrients like conjugated linoleic acid, a fat known to support immune strength, metabolic health and fat burning. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that grass-fed beef contains up to 300% more omega-3 fatty acids than grain-fed beef. It also delivers higher levels of vitamin E, glutathione and carotenoids, nutrients that protect your cells from oxidative stress and slow down aging at a cellular level. But the concerns don't stop at fats and antioxidants. Grain-fed beef often comes from animals treated with growth hormones, antibiotics and pesticide-laden feed. These substances don't just vanish, they accumulate in the animal's fat and tissue and ultimately into the person eating it. Over time, they can burden the liver, disrupt your hormonal balance and promote chronic low-grade inflammation, the root of many modern diseases. If you choose to eat red meat, choose beef that's 100% grass-fed and grass-finished. Let the animal eat the food it was designed to eat, and your body will reap the rewards of better fats, cleaner nutrients, and fewer toxins. Farmed fish, the toxic imposter. Fish is often praised as one of the healthiest foods on the planet, and when it's wild caught, that can be true. But the story changes drastically when you turn to farmed fish. These fish, especially farmed salmon, are raised in densely packed pens, swimming in waste, parasites and uneaten feed. To keep them alive, they're often given antibiotics, pesticides and colouring agents to artificially turn their flesh pink. A study published in Scientific Reports revealed that farmed salmon contain 5 to 10 times more polychlorinated biphenyls than wild-caught salmon. PCBs are potent endocrine disruptors and probable human carcinogens linked to immune dysfunction, reproductive harm, and neurodevelopmental delays in children. What's more, farmed fish are often fed a processed diet of corn, soy, and even chicken feathers and blood meal, a far cry from their natural diet of krill, algae, or smaller fish. This alters their fatty acid profile, giving them lower omega-3s and higher inflammatory fats. And let's not forget the toxic flame retardants and dioxins found in some farmed fish, particularly those raised in countries with weaker regulations. If you're choosing fish, go wild, literally. Look for wild-caught, sustainably sourced options. You're not just feeding your body omega-3s, you're avoiding a chemical stew disguised as health food. Well done or charred meats, a recipe for cancer. This isn't just about preference. whether you like your steak rare or well done, can impact your long-term health. When meat is grilled, barbecued or pan-fried at high temperatures, it creates harmful compounds like heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These substances are formed when fat drips onto open flames, causing smoke that coats the meat, or when proteins in meat react to intense heat. A large-scale study published in Carcinogenesis found that people who frequently consumed well-done red meat had a significantly higher risk of developing colorectal, pancreatic and prostate cancers due to elevated intake of HCAs and PAHs. These compounds have been shown to mutate DNA, trigger inflammation and promote the growth of cancerous cells in multiple organ systems. Charred meat doesn't just carry a cancer risk, it also creates advanced glycation end products which accelerate aging and contribute to insulin resistance, vascular damage and oxidative stress. If you're cooking meat, opt for gentler methods like slow cooking, steaming or baking. And if you do grill, marinate your meat beforehand. Studies show that herbs like rosemary, thyme and garlic can reduce HCA formation by up to 90%. Cooking shouldn't destroy the healing power of your food. It should enhance it. Shellfish from polluted waters, nature's filter, now contaminated. Shellfish are among the most efficient natural filters in the ocean. Mussels, oysters, clams and shrimp can clean gallons of seawater each day, drawing in nutrients but also everything else lurking in their environment. And that's where the danger lies. When shellfish are harvested from polluted coastal waters, they don't just pick up minerals and plankton, they concentrate the full spectrum of toxins, heavy metals, pesticides, petrochemicals and pathogens that float or settle in those waters. A study published in the Marine Pollution Bulletin revealed alarming findings. Shellfish collected from industrialised coastlines contained levels of lead, arsenic, cadmium and mercury that exceeded internationally accepted safety thresholds for human consumption. These heavy metals are neurotoxic, carcinogenic and damaging to organs such as the kidneys, liver and reproductive system. And it's not just metals. Shellfish can accumulate polychlorinated biphenyls, dioxins, pesticide residues and microplastics, tiny plastic fragments that have now infiltrated marine ecosystems globally. Once inside the body, these substances act as endocrine disruptors, interfere with immune function, and may even alter gene expression over time. Eating raw or undercooked shellfish comes with another layer of risk. Viral infections, bacterial contamination and parasitic infestations. Norovirus, hepatitis A and Vibrio bacteria can all hitch a ride on contaminated shellfish and lead to severe gastrointestinal or liver illness. If you do consume shellfish, know this: its safety is only as clean as the water it came from. Always opt for wild-caught varieties from certified pristine waters and verify that they've been properly tested and purified. For many, especially those living far from clean coastal regions, the safest choice may be to limit or avoid shellfish altogether. Processed meats, the known carcinogen. This isn't a theory, it's not guesswork, it's a confirmed medical reality. Hot dogs, salami, bacon, ham, deli meats, sausages. These aren't simply meats, they're chemical-laced concoctions designed for shelf life, not human health. Behind their flavour lies a dark truth. These products are often loaded with sodium nitrite and nitrate, which your body can convert into nitrosamines, compounds that have been shown to directly damage cellular DNA and trigger tumour development. The World Health Organization reviewed over 800 studies and officially classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen. That puts them in the same risk category as asbestos and tobacco when it comes to cancer. And it doesn't take much. Just 50 grams a day, about 2 slices of bacon, increases your risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. But it doesn't stop at cancer. These meats are also high in sodium, saturated fat and phosphates, all of which are strongly linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Worse yet, they disturb the delicate ecosystem of your gut microbiome, killing beneficial bacteria and promoting inflammation from the inside out. That means more bloating, lower immunity, and a higher risk of chronic illness. Here's the truth: processed meats are not whole foods. They're industrial creations engineered for convenience, not nourishment. If you value your health, this is one category to walk away from, completely. Your health isn't just defined by what you eat, it's also shaped by what you choose to avoid. The meats we discussed today may be common, even comforting, but their impact on your body is anything but harmless. From hidden inflammation to hormonal disruption and increased cancer risk, the cost is real and it adds up over time. But you have a choice. By staying informed and making conscious decisions, you can protect your body, support your longevity, and feel better every single day. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone you care about. Don't let them keep eating blindly. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Your experience might help someone else. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could change your health for good. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay sharp, and choose wisely.